Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Adam Burke from BangTheBook.com coming to you to look at game 105-106. Friday Night Lights here in the Pac-12. USC takes on Colorado. USC a 13-point favorite in this one, total of 62. We got thoughts on all the college football games for this week over at BangTheBook.com, including my college football power ratings and some situational betting tips. And as we head on into the weekend, we'll get system picks, picks of the week, FCS picks, a lot of good stuff on the college gridiron and also on the NFL gridiron, where we'll get Danny Vorgs' model projections Wednesday night into Thursday morning. We'll have a bunch of free pick content for you as we head into the weekend as well. And it's not just football over at the website. NBA starts on Tuesday night, or started on Tuesday night if you're seeing this video a little bit later. We've got NBA coverage with our how to bet previews, some betting trends, some live betting tips, some first and second half wagering tips, all kinds of good stuff there with our NBA content. We've also got golf, soccer, NASCAR, UFC. We got all the major sporting events that are out there that you're going to look to bet on. NHL Daily from Parker Michaels. Good stuff there with him. Good stuff Monday through Friday on Bang the Book Radio. Our Super Contest coverage, our Circa Million coverage. A lot of good things going on. Please make sure you check it all out. All right, here we go. Game 105-106, USC and Colorado. Line up from 11 or 12 to 13 here with USC, taking some early money in this one. The offense is playing better with Keaton Slovis and also with Graham Harrell's system starting to take hold a little bit more. Obviously, you still have worries about Clay Helton. Those just aren't going to go away. But at least Graham Harrell and this USC offense definitely playing better here for the most part of late. Colorado here, 128th in the country in yards per play allowed. Had those misleading wins early in the season. The big comeback against Nebraska. Got outgained by Colorado State, but won that game in the opener. Lost to Arizona, or beat Arizona State. Probably shouldn't have. Colorado is 116th in the country in yards per play margin. So that means their offensive yards per play against their defensive yards per play. And as I just mentioned, their defense very, very bad here on the season, ranking in the bottom 5 nationally. USC, on the other hand, 39th in yards per play margin. So the offense has been better. Defense playing pretty well for the Trojans as well. You look at this game from a Colorado standpoint here, and you got Steven Montez, 10-8 touchdown interception ratio, but he's had a tough go of it here with his wide receivers of late. Laviska Shenault has not been healthy at any point this season, and Tony Brown made a few big plays early on in the year for Colorado, but 8 catches for 38 yards in his last 2 games. So defense is starting to make some adjustments to him. Chenault's not going to beat them, or at least that's not the way that they expect the game to play out with how injured he is. So Colorado's passing attack just really hasn't been as proficient as we would have expected coming into the season here because of some injuries to the wide receivers and also because of some of the decisions that Steven Montez has been making. Now, I will say this. Colorado could potentially run the football here. USC has allowed 4.73 yards per carry on the year. However, unranked teams running for just 4.2 yards per carry against the Trojans, and teams with losing records running for 3.95 yards per carry. So the better teams have run the football on USC. The lesser teams have not, and I would certainly put Colorado in that lesser category of the teams that USC has played here. Colorado's allowing 8.7 yards per pass attempt. USC definitely has some NFL caliber talent at wide receiver. As long as Slovis can get them the ball, they should move the football here in this game. And when you look at USC here and what Slovis has done for them, 74% completion rate. Colorado only has 11 sacks in 7 games. It's very hard to cover if you're not getting pressure. Colorado doesn't get enough pressure. Slovis can complete passes when he has time and certainly has the talent at wide receiver to do that. Now, is it scary to lay a big number with Clay Helton on the road? Absolutely, but this is the only way that I could look here in this game is USC minus the 13. Opponents have only scored 11 touchdowns in 27 red zone trips against this USC defense. So they've done some bending, but they've done a limited amount of breaking, and they've played the 5th hardest schedule in the country according to Sagarin. So even if Colorado moves the football, will they get 7 instead of 3? If they wind up with 3 or wind up with nothing, it's really hard for them to keep pace with USC. The total here on the game does imply a little bit of a higher scoring affair with that total of 62. So That's why I'd have to look at USC in this one. My line is only 10.5, but in digging into the box scores and breaking down the statistics for both of these teams here, Colorado is worse than I thought. USC a little bit better than I thought. Again, tough spot going to Boulder here on a Friday night. Obviously, anytime you get a game in mountainous areas in late October, you do want to pay attention to that weather forecast and make sure everything's going to be okay there. But the only way I can look in this game is USC. Maybe USC starts a little bit slowly, a little bit sluggish on the road. Maybe you get a better live betting opportunity here to back the Trojans. But like I said, the only way I can look in this game here is USC. As far as the total goes, I think it's tough because of USC's defensive prowess in the red zone. Colorado could move the football, but will they get 7 instead of 3? I don't know. So no play in the total here for me, but if I had to go with something in this game, would be USC minus 13. Only 2 weeknight games here in college football. So I've got some thoughts on a couple of Saturday games for you right here on our YouTube page for BangTheBook.com.